What's going on, everybody? Terrell here, and I'm back again with another review. This time with Screams from the Tower. And if you read the title like I did, if you guys watch my reviews, you know I go into these absolutely blind, no trailers, no nothing, no posters. I just turn these on and I watch these movies sometimes. And just off the title, you automatically think, "Oh man, this is a horror movie." It is not a horror movie. It is a very good movie, but it is not a horror movie. So if you guys don't know what Screams from the Tower is, let me give you an explanation of this movie. Screams from the Tower is a gay coming of age comedy that follows Julian, his best friend Cary, and the outcast friends through high school in the early 90s. Julian and Cary's dream of having their own show on the high school radio station is finally realized, bringing them a popularity and infamy they never imagined. So if you guys are, familiar with your John Hughes movies, your Pretty in Pinks, your movies such as Superbad, not John Hughes, but you know what I'm getting at here. Like I said, these are all coming of age movies. You get to see through the lens of a high schooler, and for some people, high school absolutely sucks. For some people, absolutely, high school was the pinnacle of their entire life, and we'll never stop talking about it. But everybody, I think the best thing about high school movies, coming of age movies, is that there's a different lens for each individual person. Like you can go through and shoot a movie from everybody's perspective of how their experience of something went. It'd be a completely different movie. And that's what I like about these movies. Like I said, not only the nostalgia and remembering a time of how things were, but getting a good look through the window of how things were for different individuals. And like I said, with this movie, they do an absolutely good job. And like I said, me not knowing what it was going to be about, I think even make the movie even better for me. The cast of this movie, and shout out to the director Corey Grant, who also wrote and directed this movie. Had an interview with him and the main star of the movie, Mr. Richie Fusco. Make sure I get that right. Who plays Julian in the movie? So check that out on the channel as well. I'm going to have the interview for that up later, sooner than later. So make sure you check that out as well. But the cast of this, like I said, is incredibly well done. We make sure I get like I said, we got Richie Fusco who's playing Julian. We got David Bloom who's playing Cary. They're our two leads. TJ Lee playing Robin Chung. Madison Tevlin who's playing Susie. And like I said, just an incredible cast of people that throughout this movie. Like I said, I mean the story, like I said, is definitely is centered around Julian, mostly around the first, like I want to say the first two acts of the film is like Julian and Cary, and we kind of see that thing where kids, high school movies where they just kind of grow apart or somebody has different goals, and that really capturing like the teenage angst stuff, like everything being so serious, but as we get deeper into this movie, and I want us to imagine like this is like 1996. So you can kind of get an idea of like where this movie is, and the sexuality of like certain characters and coming out and dealing with the pressure of it all and yada yada yada. Nobody knows who they are yet. Nobody knows what to do. It's just all awkward. And first off, I want to say, like I said before, I don't know what one kid that had a school radio station or a school radio where they were able to do like a whole thing. Now I do remember there being like a Channel 1 broadcast, like I do remember that being in school, but not an actual like, oh, you woke up and you did the morning news, or you literally you were broadcasting on the air. So if you guys had a school that did that, let me know in the comments. But I just find that incredibly crazy. The cast, like I said, they all work very well together. The chemistry is 100% there. And like I said, obviously having the insight of the conversation of that from talking to the director and some of the cast. They let me know, like, I mean, pretty much what I already assumed was like they had some good chemistry on set. Some of these people hung out, and you could see it through the film. How much fun everybody's having. Individual characters, getting the time in the movie without being the focus of the movie, but you still got the knowledge of the character, without them being on screen, is something that I talked about. And the movie is absolutely bonkers, insane. And like I said, we're focused in on Julian, our main character, who's dealing with so much, so many complexities to this character, with him not knowing fully who he is. Him dealing with a disorder that is pretty much crippling him to a certain degree. His parents, the people around him. Yeah, I mean, coming out in the '90s for some kids, was not a cakewalk. As I was saying to the director that when I went high school, of course, that the people just were out. So like just to see a different movie showing the gay community that doesn't end in tragedy. Nobody's nobody caught AIDS and died at the end of the movie. I feel like every time they do a gay flick, just a movie that's not even necessarily gay, but like a movie showing gay people, it always has to be something tragic. If we see stuff like Pose and other stuff that has been on TV, yes, they are fun, but they always have like some really sad ending, or you see the journey. But I like to see this type of movie where like some of these characters are gay, but you get a super bad vibe where you're having a good time. And like I said, I really, really enjoyed this movie from start to finish. As soon as I turned it on, I could not put it down. Like that's how good the movie was. Very, very well shot. Very well shot. When it comes on, just how clear and bright everything is. The camera work in this movie is absolutely incredible. I just thought it was really good. If I had any negatives about the movie, I really would have liked to have seen more of the other radio shows that were happening around Cary and Julian's show, because we only see Screams from the Tower, or some of Screams from the Tower, not the full thing. But I would have loved to have seen like what these other shows were. I think they give you like a small preview of it, but it's not enough to really imprint on like what was really going on. And like I said, I would have liked to have seen some of the other characters that were just completely ridiculous get a little bit more time. But like I said, the movie is primarily focused around Julian and what he's going through with his family, his goals, what he wants to do after school, stuff like that. And you could tell like at this point in the '90s too, they was really just trying to push people through. It didn't matter how smart you were, what you did. And I mean, it's even whatever now, because you could basically get like a 4D pass. They just want to roll you out and get you out of there. Here's your diploma. But like I said, it was a different time in the '90s. Like I said, the teenage angst dealing with coming out. This movie makes it look so fun. You can tell like the cast had a really incredibly good time. I don't ever remember lunchtime being this fun. I don't think my lunch lady was ever this cool. I'm sorry, I really don't remember you guys ever being cool. You guys charged me full price for lunch when I was supposed to get free. Completely unrelated to this review. But yeah, like I said, the cast are great. The score that's throughout the movie, it feels like a John Hughes film. It feels like it's taking you back to that time, but just a completely, like I said, completely different lens of different characters. Everybody's got a different story when it comes to these movies. And like I said, I mean, they could honestly, if the movie didn't cover the entire period of their high school career up until a certain point, we could. I think we could do a series just around these other characters, or just in this world in general, and see where Cary goes. Because I think that would be incredibly good to see where, him launching off from Scream from the Tower to see what else he can do. Like I said, there's other. I wish we could have focused more on Cary, because there's more there that I wanted to see. They kind of give you a glimpse on, and it's like, okay, this is kind of where it's going. Like I said, it's more there. I honestly think like we could definitely do more with this movie. But like I said, I mean, as of right now, it's getting an incredibly high score for me. It's it's getting an incredibly high score for me. Sorry, I'm dying there. Incredibly high score. Like I said, Screams from the Tower. Check it out if you haven't already. It's incredibly good. Definitely worth your time. It's about 2 hours. About 2 hours and some change. But you know, without keeping this too long, like I said, the movie is really good. Regardless of how you know, if you like these movies, or not, you know, I think it is definitely well worth watching. This Screams from the Tower, which is not a horror movie, by the way. But like I said, the cast, the writing, everything is there. Incredibly well done. I think this movie is going to go pretty much make. I see it winning a lot of awards. Um, and I see it going. I see it going places. And the cast and the crew and everybody involved is definitely going to be out there. So, like I said, Screams in the Tower, check it out. Let me know what you thought about in the comments below, how you felt about the movie as well, if you had the opportunity to see it. But like I said, I think this is a really good rewatchable coming of age movie that is definitely worth it. We're worth your time. Terrell out of here. Check out Screams in the Tower. Like I said, leave me that comment, and I'll see you guys next time for the review. See you.